Brittany, Meghan, and Pat do not need to be married.
I keep it real.
Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. All right, welcome back for another installment of Married at First Sight, Season 19, Austin, Texas on Peacock. This is more of a rant and less of a recap. Though we will hit some moments in the shows and the episodes, this is more of a rant. These are just my opinions and my opinions only. So if you, and there are going to be some tough opinions, some somewhat shady or politically incorrect opinions.
Because I keeps it real like that.
But stick around. You might enjoy it. I say what you're thinking. All right, so let's start off. Episode 5. Okay. So this is like the last day of the honeymoon. And once again, Brittany and Will are at odds or having some sort of kerfuffle. They are not on the same page. Well, they're not on the same page because they were matched by Pastor Cal, Dr. Peppers, and Dr. Pia, who are just trying to make good TV. They're not trying to like make these couples last long. They just want good TV for people who are not necessarily compatible.
You get what I give you. I got a contract between me and you.
But that's not what they claim. Anyhow, so they were having this issue once again. It's a communication issue with these two. It seems as though Brittany thinks Will should act a certain way, should feel a certain way, should be a certain way. And Will is just saying whatever Brittany wants to hear, but also keeping his distance because he just doesn't want too much conflict with Brittany. I truly don't think that Will is attracted to Brittany. I really don't. And I'll tell you why. They were intimate that first night, so he was attracted enough to go through with it. But something turned him completely off for him to say, maybe we shouldn't do that again. Let's pull back. And that then made Brittany feel insecure to the point where she can't get over it. And so everything is an issue with Brittany. But I have a feeling that everything is always an issue with Brittany. Hence why none of her relationships last longer than 3 months.
Aha. Aha.
I think she's so insecure and always in her head. And she's going to continue to mess up things until she gets some help. Maybe Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper or Dr. Pia can help her. We shall see. But knowing their track record, because their percentages aren't that great, I don't think that they have enough time. So, meanwhile, Rhonda and Pat, they're just going along to get along, not getting too deep. So they go on a bike ride, a double bike ride where one person is in control and Will is driving the boat, if you will. And Brittany says she trusts her. The men and the women, they go off and they have their little talks about the issues that they're having. Rhonda being the sage, an older, more mature woman or seasoned woman was giving Brittany some advice, but I don't know if it sunk in. And they're all having issues because they're incompatible. Pat seems to be someone who avoids conflict. He doesn't want any problems because maybe, I'm guessing, his wife was frustrated with him the same way Rhonda is seeming to be frustrated with him.
You feel me? I want to put them paws on him.
She doesn't feel heard by Pat. So then they all go on the catamaran. And guess what? None of them knew what a catamaran was, particularly Jalyn. She's like, oh, I thought we were going on the yacht. Clearly, Jalyn hasn't gotten out as much, just like her mother hasn't been out. Belinda has not been out. Belinda has been mothering, and it seems like she hasn't experienced much in life, but being a mother and probably going to work, whatever. So let's just fast forward to them leaving the trip. They toasted on the catamaran, whatever. So they get back to Austin. They go to the shared apartments. And this is where it became clear. I'll back it up. So Meghan and Derrick, they had their issues. And I really think that Meghan is the problem.
Why are you saying this right now?
Meghan is the problem. That's why I said she doesn't need to be married. She's 38 years old, and she says she's been working very hard, and she doesn't bend. She's inflexible. She wants it her way or the highway. And that brings us to the shared apartment. They all go in. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. Pause. That wallpaper bothers me. Now, it might not have bothered me about 15 years ago, but it just reads dated to me, that wallpaper in the shared apartment. These are nice, well-appointed apartments for corporate living, corporate housing, or Airbnbs. So they're all oohing and ahhing on. So of course, Will and Brittany say we're gonna try again, and she says she's not gonna overreact. Blah blah blah. Those aren't her exact words, but that was a sentiment. So then they go to her house, and this is where I really have a problem with Brittany. Brittany enters her house. It's a nice little house for a 29-year-old woman, and she's so proud of her house. She's proud of it because she's worked so hard. I bet one of the phrases that's going to come out of her mouth at least once this season is, I'm trying to build generational wealth with this house. I can almost bet she might say that at some point or allude to it. Brittany is so proud of her house. But the problem with that is, there's nothing wrong with being proud of your house and working hard for your house and getting a house at a young age. I was fairly young when I bought a condo, but I didn't make a big deal out of it. It's just something to do. It wasn't like, oh my God, she wants Will to have that same excitement for her house. If he feels, what did she say, pride or respect or something for her house, then I don't know he has respect for me. It's like it's your house.
Invested in her.
Why should Will have that same excitement for your house? Then she showed him her office where she uses a stepper. You know what? And this is going to sound real rich coming from me because I work out like 5 times a week and I have no results. Except my legs are nice. My legs are nice and my arms are becoming nice. But you cannot outwork out a bad diet. And if Brittany's working out 6 times a week, that diet is trash. And it is trash, I guess, because she left Will to go get some chicken nuggets, some chicken tenders late at night. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to body shame her. But
You did.
those arms, man, those arms on Brittany. And the legs don't look like she's really... Is she just doing cardio? Okay, I'm done. Done body shaming because I've been body shamed my entire life. But I just happen to take note of that. It's like, for someone who claims to work out 6 days a week, does she really though? Or is she just doing cardio? Because you need to be doing some strength training.
Message.
Anyhow, so back to her house. She's there. She's showing every room in her house to Will, and he's just kind of blah. Will doesn't emote. He doesn't emote. And for somebody like Brittany, she needs somebody to be a little bit more excited. Or either she needs to relax and realize he is who he is. You're not changing him. He's never gonna give you more than he wants to give. And I presume right now he doesn't really want to give that much to her. So she went into her closet. Her closet is packed full of clothes. One day people are gonna learn about having so many clothes. And it's just having all these things. It's just clutter. I'm not a minimalist, but I realize that you just don't need all those things. And you need to purge sometimes. So Will made a comment. Oh, you're taking like 7 days. These are 7 outfits a day, all you're taking. And that upset her. That upset her to tears.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
She felt judged by just a flippant comment. It was just a flippant comment. I really feel like these Gen Zs and millennials are kind of bitch made. They're just kind of bitch made, because if that upsets you, girl, you need to keep it moving. You need to just annul the marriage now. But you can't annul it because I think you have already consummated it, and I think that's a factor in annulment. But anyhow, she's upset about that. And Will basically says, I didn't want this to be a thing. I didn't want it to be a thing, but now it's a thing. And I'm trying to do everything to have a good day and not have conflict. So let's move right on to the next couple. And this isn't in order. Jalyn takes Josh with her to her spin class. You know, spin is life for Jalyn. She's a spin instructor and a realtor. But she says this is her retirement plan, spin class. Jalyn is so immature and young. You plan to be doing spin classes at your 60s. You're not going to have a pivot in your life or career in your mind. You're not going to have different interests. You're not going to move on to a different sort of sport. What if some other aerobic activity becomes popular and trending? You just going to stay doing spin class for the rest of your life, Jalyn? That was weird to me. But then Josh was winded. Spin class is not for the faint at heart. Spin class is for a particular type of person. I used to do spin class all the time in my 30s until I just said, I'm done with spin class. I'm done chasing RPMs, and I'm done going to classes with music I don't like. But she wanted to show him her passion. And I find that's a theme throughout this season. Everybody wants these, you know, I want to show them what I love and I like, my passion, so they can get to know me. But that's not how you really get to know people. I mean, you can get to know aspects, but is that entirely you? And I also don't think getting to know someone is asking a bunch of questions. I don't ask a lot of questions. I just kind of catch people's vibes, and I just have conversations with people without asking. You can have a conversation without asking questions. I mean, it's easy. It's actually easy to have a conversation with just start talking about things. Start talking about things you like. And then the next person might say, oh, you like that music? Oh, I like it too. But have you ever heard this? Versus saying, what music do you like? You like bike riding? Well, have you ever been on this path, on this trail? But they're doing it in an awkward way. Well, what do you think about this? And I really think production is driving this. And production showed its hand on episode 5 on the honeymoon when Chad got upset and fed up. He's like, I'm trying to have a conversation. But production intervened and said, well, what do you like about Belinda? Like that messes up the natural progression of a relationship by asking question after question after question versus talking about something that leads into a question versus, hey, what's your favorite color? What school did you go to? How many siblings do you have? You could easily say, well, you know, my brother used to do blah, 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 blah. Oh, you have a brother? See, that's how conversations go. Anyhow, where was I before I went off on that tangent?
You stay focused.
So, Chad took Belinda to his archery class. His archery, to play archery. And she'd never done that before. And Belinda, from what she said on episode 1, just to me, it seems like she hasn't experienced a lot in life except for motherhood and doing things with her children. She seems very green to what's going on in the world. But so she was willing to do archery. She did it. Chad hit the center target instantly. She was on the page, so she did a good job. But it's like, I don't know if that's what she wants to do. It wouldn't be what I want to do, because I feel like hunting, because that's like the cousin to hunting. And I feel like hunting is inhumane and just foul to the earth. It's just unnecessary in this day and age. I mean, I know people raise cattle, which is somewhat hunting, but like going out into the wilderness to hunt a deer, like why? You just want to kill a deer?
Ain't nobody asked you nothing.
You want to take a deer's life? Let me get off my soapbox. But I feel like Chad is probably love bombing her. Just making her feel good, because Chad just seems to be disingenuous to me. And the fact that he's been married so many times, I don't know. I think he just wanted to get on this show and get married again and let people see it. We shall see. He's suspicious to me. It's something, my spider senses are going off with Chad. So let's go to Rhonda and Pat. Rhonda is not feeling heard. Rhonda's not feeling heard. She'll say something and it's as if it just kind of went over or just went past or went straight through Pat's ears. Like, Pat just doesn't seem present to me. He just doesn't seem present, but he basically revealed that he's a people pleaser. And so he just kind of says what, he thinks they want to hear or just agrees. And that's not going to work.
Bitch ass culeros.
So they went to Rhonda's house, and Rhonda just strikes me, and I saw this instantly. It's like this kind of like gypsy, hippie type woman who wears like flowy type clothes, and she has the wind chimes in her house. And the funny thing she said, but she drives a Mercedes, so she's not that gypsy. She's not that granola. She's not that much of a tree hugger. I have a friend like that. She's a tree hugger, but drives a Mercedes. So she likes luxury, but she's also kind of earthy. That's kind of Rhonda. But Rhonda said that she'd been eyeing her house for many years, and she finally bought it, and now she renovated it. Go figure. So you didn't really want that house. You just wanted a house. Or maybe she wanted the house at the time, and she just wanted to renovate it. So Pastor Cal decide. Oh, wait, back it up. So then let's get back to Meghan, who I don't think should be married. Meghan and Derrick, who look like twins. They look like twin brother and sister. They're ill matched. Derrick is very health conscious, and so he is not about putting chemicals in his body or on his countertops. And Meghan doesn't understand, because he said, well, there are other cleaning supplies we could use. How about vinegar? And Meghan said, vinegar stinks. Well, here's a secret about vinegar, Meghan. The smell dies down and it's less chemicals. You could do a lot with vinegar and baking soda and lemon. But, and there are also some natural products. I don't know why she was really like holding him to that. Like, you want to clean with vinegar. And she got mad because he didn't walk Zoe, her dog. Now, as someone, I just lost my dog on Monday. I had to put my dog, who was 17 years old, down. So I know what it means to love an animal. I know this, but I've never expected anybody to love my animal the way that I love my dog. So, but for Meghan to come in and expect Derrick to love her dog and instantly like click with the dog. Zoe wasn't even clicking with him. As soon as Zoe walked in, she went chasing her ball. She wasn't interested in Derrick, but yet Meghan wanted Derrick to walk her dog and be happy doing it. First of all, I just met you. I haven't even gone on a walk with you.
Well, I'm going to get you together. Mm-hmm.
Now you want me to take your dog for a walk? But any sense of conflict or anything that she doesn't like, she just goes off and shuts down. She just shuts down. It's like her way or the highway. And my question is, was your mother warning us about you, or are you just like your mother? I'm guessing she's just like her mother, like who shuts it down. Her mother, you could tell her mother shuts it down and she shuts it down. Possibly Meghan was shut down by her mother. I know this because her mother runs her. Her mother, you could tell, is a force in Meghan's life. And she kind of said it.
That she's a messy, tacky bitch.
But Meghan, that doesn't work in a marriage. You got to talk it out. And you can't get mad and run or play rough. Like she said, I didn't even complain that you had the toilet seat up. You know what? I'm so tired of that toilet seat discussion. It's like, I don't like it myself personally, but maybe because I grew up with a brother and my father rarely used our restroom, but that's what they do. It's inconsiderate. Yes, that's what they do, but you could always pull the seat down. That's the other logic. Well, you have the seat down, but I need it up. Would you rather him pee on the seat?
Oh, hell no.
No, I'd rather him put it down, but that's an age-old argument. But she argued that versus, and I didn't, cleaning supplies. You're going to fall on the sword for all of this? Why do you expect him to walk your dog that he just met? If you can't walk the dog, get a dog walker. And then the dog sleeping in the bed, he didn't want that. Now, mind you, you know what? I had a dog for 17 years, never once slept in my bed. Now, she would like lay on my back sometimes when I'm laying on the sofa, but never once in my bed. And I used to dog sit, and that was the first question I would ask people: where does a dog sleep? And newsflash, black people, if you're watching, black people do sleep with their dogs, because I had mostly black clients in Hyde Park, Chicago, Bronzeville, Chicago, South Loop, Chicago, and the majority of them slept with their dogs. So, and I had to turn away a lot of people because I'm like, I'm not sleeping with your dog. What? Anyhow, so Pastor Cal visited Tiffany. I keep calling this girl Tiffany, Brittany and Will. And he basically told Brittany, you can't expect this man to read your mind. And that's exactly it. You expect this guy to read your mind. One, he's not Miss Cleo. Two, no one can really read your mind. We can catch vibes, but unless you clearly define what is wrong, what's upsetting you, you're just making yourself miserable as well as you're making him miserable. You have to be clear on what it is that's bothering you, and you have to be open and receptive to feedback.
I don't give a damn.
But I don't feel that Tiffany, again, Brittany or Meghan are open. And I have a feeling that Meghan's not really attracted to Derrick, but maybe she is, because they keep doing the deed but yet having conflict. So I don't get it. And who is the pregnant one? Because you would think that it would be Jalyn and Josh, but the person who said I'm pregnant did not sound like Jalyn, because Jalyn has a oh my god voice, and it was more like a I'm pregnant. So is it Meghan? And Derrick wants three kids, and Meghan's like, we gotta get started now. If that's the case, I don't think Meghan wants all those kids, and maybe that's what's turning her off. Like, I don't want all those kids. I'm 38. Although 38 really isn't old to have kids these days and age. But Pastor Cal came by and basically told Pat to stand up, told Brittany to stand down, and that's pretty much what happened on this episode. I probably missed a few things, but drop us in the comments and tell me your thoughts. Like and subscribe. And I think that was 2 episodes. Wait, did I finish episode 6? This season is really boring me. Okay, now like and subscribe.